African in the world. That new African showed that after all, the black man is managing the whole world.
So, as the goalpost was discovered, then you got to the Americas were also discovered.
A time of gold.
Welcome back to another episode of the CruiseLine Podcast, y'all. It's your boy King Amfo.
Welcome. It's your man Nana out here, aka Juice. Let's go.
Man, it's Friday afternoon per usual. I mean, it's summer, so you guys are probably going to hear me talk about the heat every Friday. But it's hot.
It's hot.
So we're keeping it hot in the studio, and we brought a very special guest, and I'm just so excited. This episode is going to be exciting. I'm going to just let Madison do the talking.
It is. Hello, I'm Madison. Thank you guys for having me on. I'm so excited to be here.
Of course. We're excited to learn more about you, learn more about your industry and your ups, downs, your highs and lows. And do you want to tell the people more about yourself, where you work, or what you do?
Oh,
you know, give them the whole nine.
Perfect. Okay, so let's see. I'm Madison McCoy is my full name. Let's get into it about me. I'm 26, and well, I've been a industry nightlife worker for a while now because I started when I was in college. I started in college because I was going to school and I was a mom. I had my son when I was a freshman in college, so I was trying to figure out how to make money while also getting an education, and so that's what fell into my lap. But here I am years later, still doing nightlife on the side. But I actually just started my own business this year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and I'm so excited about it. I'm a spray tan artist in Kansas City, and I'm loving that. And I'm just loving the duality of what I have going on in my life right now. So
that's dope. Yeah, it seems like you got a lot going on. How do you balance it all?
There's always a lot going on.
Okay,
that's the thing.
You like to stay busy is what it is. Okay.
I might. The thing is, I don't really know any differently since becoming an adult.
Right. Adulting.
It's like,
life
That's
just,
all you know.
you know what I mean?
Life,
Next thing you see, you're just in a cycle.
Yeah, work hard, play hard, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Work hard, play hard. Finding time
that's
is
the
hard,
mantra,
but,
though. That's our mantra.
Wow,
for real.
we play hard. We like to
Work
play
hard
hard.
and play hard.
Yes, yeah, that feels
Wow,
like the
that's
time.
good. So, nightlife has been a blessing to you.
It has.
Yeah?
In my particular situation, I mean, it really has been, because I don't know what else I would have done. It's just like a few hours per week, like at night while my son's asleep. And, it's so cool, so perfect, I feel like.
Yeah.
Did you have to get any like babysitters, stuff like that?
I have here and there, but I have a great support system, whether it's my son's dad and his family or just my family. So usually
It works out.
Yeah, it does work out.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Why, I know you mentioned earlier that you wanted to find something that you could do while being in school and be a mom at the same time.
Yeah.
So why exactly nightlife? Because I'm sure you had options.
Yeah. You know what? I think that that's such a big thing at the college age. You turn 21 and it's really fast money, which I think can be dangerous, and why you see people in it so much later in life. Like, oh, I don't know what else to do. I never got a new career or a new industry. But I think it really is just the how easy it is. And then for young girls, how much money they can make at it is really, I wouldn't say it's the easiest industry to break into, but once you're in there, you're like, okay.
You figure it out.
Yeah.
Would you encourage other girls to get into it?
I would, but it depends on what your goals are. Because I will say, I mean, if you're in a super tough major, if you're pre-med or, biology, anything like that, because I've had friends that are in that, I mean, they've got to be up early in the morning studying. If you're working late hours, I don't know.
How you
it could
pull
affect
that
your
off?
grades. Yeah.
What was your major?
Psychology. So, I mean,
Psychology,
technically a science major, but psychology is such a fun science.
So it's a breeze?
It's the easy one.
Okay.
Is it a breeze? They be outside.
Low key, I hate saying that because I did study a lot. But the thing is, the things that you're learning are so interesting because it's about the human brain. So you're going to remember it for the test.
Right.
It's I learned something, I'm fascinated, I'm remembering it. Once I see it on the test, I'm like, I know exactly what this brain function is.
You were actually interested in the degree.
Yes, whereas others, like, biology and all that.
Like,
I don't care. These words that I'm learning, I could
so
never
big.
go far with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, psychology.
Yeah.
Do you add that to your, like, when you're working nightlife? Because, I mean, now that you know how the brain work, I know you could get your tips faster.
You know what? I feel like I do try to use it here and there, but I would never walk around bragging like, oh, I know how to work this situation because of psychology.
Right.
But it does help you understand. It also helps you understand yourself.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
like, why am I reacting this way?
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, yeah, I think it's really useful. And that's the thing about it is it's super broad. It's kind of hard to get a job with a psychology major. Well, it depends. But a lot of times you have to go to grad school, like if you want to be a therapist or anything like that. Otherwise, they just kind of throw you into business. But businesses do love that, actually.
Right.
It is generally useful, at least.
So, like, interacting with humans and kind of, like, you know, just floating.
So they could, like, create a title for you. Like,
I feel like it's an industry that it's so open. You could actually, like, you could work in any industry.
You can. Like, it can be useful in marketing or, HR. HR, they love having psych majors in HR.
Right.
So those are two.
Right.
I can have my eyes on, but only when I really want to settle down and be, like, used to a 9-to-5. Right now, I just love the freedom that I have. So
That's dope.
I seen someone's job title is Chief Culture Officer. He did
okay, so
CCO?
Yeah.
I never heard no CCO, y'all.
So what does he do?
So he just establishes culture, like
oh wow.
Maybe he would like make a rule in the workplace. 9 a.m. is what was it? Meditation time.
Or like mental stuff.
Mental stuff.
This is
I need to
this
get
is where
with
you
him.
work.
Yeah,
I
you
like
need to-
that. I like that type of job title. That sounds
Wait,
cool.
this is where you
people are
work?
doing. No, where I work. No, somewhere else.
You don't do no damn meditation.
You're like,
he's not getting no treatment, y'all.
with marketing, I'm kind of close to that because I have to build culture, and the culture I build is what I document and stuff like that.
Okay, you're in marketing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Was that a major of yours or?
Yeah, you could say
Viscom.
Yeah,
Viscom is marketing.
I did more on the design side and then studied entrepreneurship. So it's all kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
They can do
I've been doing that marketing
forever. We've been
since
doing
we
this
started
high
our
school,
business and all that. So
honestly, it's just in the blood.
Great
He's just
field.
kind of continuing it, honestly. But
Yeah, great field to be in.
would you bottle service or bartending?
Oh my gosh. 10 times out of 10 bottle service. Are you saying prefer? Prefer bottle service for sure. The
I
thing
think we're
is,
2 for 1 right now.
So now it's 2-1.
for
I'll
one.
tell you what the results were after you finish explaining.
I started off, actually, originally I started off in bottle service. And then I was like, people are creepy. Like, I want a bar to protect me. And then I trained to bartend. I learned how to bartend for a couple years. It's so physically taxing. And people don't understand. Well, okay, hopefully I'm not just lazy. I just mean standing up for like 6, 7, 8 hours straight on your feet behind a wooden bar. You can't go anywhere. If people are at the bar, you're having to entertain them. It's a lot.
And you got to
of
look
work.
good for the whole 6, 7 hours.
Yeah, like I swear my back hurts, my feet hurt. I can't do
be
bartending
talking to them.
anymore. Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh. Now I know how like hairdressers feel.
Right,
'Cause hairdressers talk about like, oh, my body hurts at the end of the day. Just standing there. I don't like it. Bottle service, you can move around. You're moving normally, you know,
Right.
and it's also fun.
Yeah,
you know, you can remove yourself from any situation because you're free to go wherever you want. I love it.
But, okay, money-wise.
Money-wise also bottle
Money-wise
service.
also
Yeah.
bottle service?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. So bottle service
I
is
think
on
it depends
one.
on the club though.
It does, because if it's a slower club that they only get like 1 or 2 sections a night, bottle
Right.
service isn't going to be anything.
Right.
But if you are at a club that's busier and like they're sold out,
Right.
bottle service generally is going to be better. Yeah.
Do you hit the road for bottle service? Do you get like bottle service requests where a club wants you to come?
I've never done that. I
Would
have
you
friends
do
who
it?
have done that. I think I would. I don't know. I would be a little nervous traveling alone.
Yeah,
I would be
yeah.
a little nervous and going out to clubs alone. Like you don't
Yeah,
know the
right.
environment. But I do know people that do that, and I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, it seems fun.
Yeah. So working in the whole bottle service industry, you know, there are stereotypes. Some dudes come to the club. Let me not even say dudes. People come to the club. They're like, okay, pretty bottle girl, I'm gonna tip her and then we gonna figure it out after. Have you had situations like that?
You know what? Actually, that is like a huge, I don't want to say stigma, but that's like a huge stereotype about bottle service versus bartending, right? One thing that I think is, maybe it's because the club that I work at now, I've been at for a while. All of our sections, we have a lot of regulars. They're super respectful. They bring in their own girls. I've noticed behind a bar, I get a lot more phone numbers. Like when I'm bartending, I mean, they're writing the phone number down. They're asking what I'm doing after work. I'm like, I'm stuck
You
here.
hear this all the time.
Yes, but bottle service, it's not. I mean, it'll probably be like at least once per night.
Right.
But it's not like just nonstop like that.
About 5 numbers a night.
Yeah.
Especially if you have regulars. Regulars, you know, they know who you are.
Yeah.
Y'all are cool. So it's like nobody's looking for nothing.
Listen, my last bartending shift, I'm allergic to cats.
Oh,
I
my
love
God.
cats though, so I pet them a lot. I had a huge allergic reaction. I was like,
On the shift?
it was the night before, but I was
Okay.
still very puffy.
Right.
Like, I'll have to show you a picture. My eyes were huge.
Right.
I go into bartend. I'm getting like 4 or 5 numbers
With the
written
puffy
on
eyes.
receipts. People asking me out. I looked terrible, like disgusting.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I was judging your guys' species because I was like,
Hey.
ew, why are you flirting with me?
Hey.
I look bad, like straight
Come
up
on,
bad.
guys. You're making it bad for
I
everyone
almost
else.
got hit on
Man.
more looking terrible.
My boys, man, what y'all doing
What is
outside?
wrong with people? Yeah,
what
I
y'all
don't know.
doing
Maybe,
outside?
maybe psychology. Let's put psychology in there. Maybe they seen you before.
So they know it's gonna go.
Yeah, they know
the
it's
puffy
gonna
eyes
go.
ain't
Yeah.
forever.
Trying to get me when I'm looking rough.
Do you
They
do
know-
you
they know
post
you're
do you
looking
post
rough.
on your like Instagram that you're working tonight? Come see me type vibe.
I don't.
Okay.
You're supposed to do that. I think I'm out of now I'm really focusing on my business and stuff,
right,
so
right.
I don't really want to promote that as much. And there are also sometimes questionable people will come in.
That's why I
when
asked
you post
because
that.
if you
Yeah.
post that, they see you what you look like on
Yeah,
Instagram.
you know?
So they're
Yeah.
like, forget the puffy eyes. That's just temporary. Like that's
that's
gonna
right
go.
now. I don't know what's going on right now.
right now, but the Madison I know.
Exactly. They're
That's
like that.
we gonna
That
deal
shit
with that
gonna
later. Do they be your typical type of guys?
Okay, so not really. I feel like the places that I work is not really my type, but also I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of old now. I don't know that I necessarily am looking to date someone that I meet at a nightclub.
Right,
Which is
right.
so hypocritical because I work there, right?
Right.
But I'm like, if I see you every night out
I
at a
know you
nightclub,
outside.
yeah,
Something-
like
Have
you're
you
out
seen-
having
going
fun.
on.
I'm not
Right.
really trying to date. Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Have you seen the pop the balloon thing
Yes.
on social media? Some
Yeah.
dude popped this balloon and told the girl, he said, I'm a bouncer at the club that you at every Friday night.
I didn't see that. No way.
And she was like, oh yeah, you don't be letting me in for free. And he's like, man, how am I gonna let you in for free? Nah.
Oh no.
I know.
Say, girl, you
That's
always
the thing.
outside.
Being the one that like works there and you're sober and you're seeing all these people lit all the time is like,
They
yeah,
just
that's
look
not
sloppy.
a turn on.
Yeah,
it's not a
it's
turn
like
on.
they just look like sloppy drunk people. Just,
Yes.
You know, you don't know what they are outside of that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So if you were in the pop the balloon line, right? And a guy walks out, what kind of guy would you want walking out? Who's like you wouldn't pop the balloon? What's basically what I'm trying to ask is, what's your type?
You know, that's so hard because I think physically I don't really have a type. It would be really hard for me in that game because I need to wait till they open their mouth.
I mean, but they do talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you're
speak.
right. A lot of
themselves.
people wait
They
to pop
speak,
until they
yeah.
start talking.
No, but the
They're like,
girls, what I've seen
Some
is that
people
the
don't
girls
wait,
pop
though.
off rip.
yeah.
The guys.
Oh, I've seen.
The girls, once a guy walks out,
Oh, that's terrible.
like they
I've
pop
seen
off
that.
rip.
Oh, no, you too short.
Yeah, like dumb stuff, but then they're actually
Oh
cool.
my God. So you say you don't have a type. So you like short guys? You don't mind?
When I tell you I don't have a type, if you saw like a lineup of my exes, they look so different. Like they all look so different, but I think there is a commonality there, and it is personality.
Personality?
I
Okay.
do like I like more outgoing people and people that just really make you feel comfortable. I feel like
Right.
I grew up being very shy. I was homeschooled actually.
Oh.
And so I
we're
grew
going to
up-
get into that.
Yeah, I grew up being super, super shy though. So I think I'm attracted to people that bring me out of my shell and make me feel comfortable. And that's like the number one thing for me.
Right.
Nowadays, also, I think it's stability and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Since I have, like a kind of growing child.
Right.
But Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, that game's going to be hard for you. But you mentioned that you were homeschooled. So then our question about the kind of girl you were like in high school gets thrown out the window. But
so weird. I had such limited social interaction.
right, like who when you're homeschooled,
like, though? Like
it's so fun in elementary school.
I had
when you're older, it's weird.
That's what I was about to say, because I had like teachers who would come home and teach me, but we would still go to school. So it was just like an after school thing. And then even when they came, I'm like, okay, y'all need to go. Like I'm trying to go like play or
right.
So what was that like?
So I have 2 siblings, a younger sister, older brother. We were all homeschooled together. That was really fun. We're all somewhat close in age.
we were like classmates.
Yeah, like those were my 2 classmates, but they were in different grades. And I was self-taught with a lot of stuff. I think that did help me be more self-taught because, look, I'm given the book and now I'm reading it because I'm about to be tested and I have to know what's in it.
Like your mom's going to test you?
Yeah. She would monitor the testing.
Yeah.
I mean, she also would teach me up to a certain age. And then, you get into high school, it's chemistry and stuff like that.
Right. And
She's
she's
like,
I
don't know if I can teach you that.
Yeah.
So they actually have things either
like
called
teachers and stuff.
Yes, like
tutors.
co-ops or college prep schools that they have where it's a bunch of homeschool kids that go and they have teachers that teach them like 1 or 2 days a week.
Oh, okay.
Really interesting, actually.
So you was free.
Yeah.
Like you was going to school Monday, Tuesday, and then it's outside from there.
That's fun, though.
Yes. So I was a big outdoors girl. I know you're like,
Okay.
outside, but I seriously would be like running the neighborhood. I'd be going on nature walks. My mom would take us on like field trips and we'd go hiking. Just like fun stuff.
Was this in Kansas City?
Yeah, I was in Lee Summit. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So, and my parents also, they had friends that homeschooled their kids and it kind of swayed them to do it also. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when I'm young, honestly, I really like the experience. I just think once you're around like puberty age, you want to be around kids your own age.
And you're
so
seeing it
bad.
on social media.
Yeah,
Now coming up. When we were 14, we're similar in age.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to remember. I think it was like when we were 14, 15. That's when like kind of like Instagram, Snapchat.
I think that's when I got my Instagram was like 15.
15. Yeah. So now you're seeing like people.
Oh yeah, exactly. Everyone's
How did
doing
that
like, the
feel?
outings together. I begged my parents to let me go to school, so I was able to go. Actually, when I was 16, I tested into like community college and I took dual credit.
Okay.
You know how
Yeah.
high schoolers can do that? So I did that, but I was around adults. And people would find out I was 16. People were calling me like jailbait and stuff like that. And I was like, this is a weird environment for me to be in. Like,
That's crazy that you could even get picked on at that level. Like, how did they even pick on you at that level?
Community college, come on.
Yeah, no, it was just weird. Like, I was like, okay, why am I here with adults? So my parents did let me go to public high school my senior year. I only took a few classes because it's all I needed by then. But I made friends that I'm still friends with to this day.
Right.
I loved it. I wish I could have gone sooner, to be honest. But
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I loved the, just being around people my age.
Right. So is Leo going to be homeschooled or he's going to school?
He's already going to school.
Oh, he's already going. He was like, boy.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, yeah, let me send you.
Right. Let me give you what I didn't get.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I feel like he's so outgoing also. And I really think me being homeschooled has a lot to do with how shy I was when I was younger. So, with him going to school already and he'll go talk to anyone, I really like that. And I think that really benefits you as an adult.
Right.
Like, it really does.
Right.
So.
But I've seen your Instagram. He said when you were coming on, I would not think of you as a shy person.
Okay, I feel like I've come out of my shell a lot more, at least by now. I think college was college was just a big shock to me.
Right.
Honestly.
Right.
Because I went from, a homeschooled girl to now public school. Oh, I also have a child while I'm in university.
Right.
I'm also, working, doing all this stuff. So it was necessary for me then, but I changed a lot during those years.
What was your your initial experience going to college?
You know what? My college experience was so different than a lot of people's since I did have my son my freshman year. And I love my college experience, but I mean, there were at least a year or two where I was taking online classes. I'm rocking him while I'm writing papers. I didn't really have the going out, we're getting lit Wednesday, Thursday, Friday experience that a lot of people had. So
expectations versus reality.
Yeah. Definitely really different to me than talking to my friends about their college experience. But I really wouldn't take it back is what's funny.
Right.
I mean, I'm like, I missed out on some lit nights. I don't really care.
Yeah.
You know,
This
I really
yeah.
don't care.
It's not that late.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's not that lit.
It's not
When we
that
were
lit.
when we were younger, it sounded like it was
It
lit.
seemed like
Yeah,
it.
but it really, now that you look back, you're like, what was we really even doing?
It's not that fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
This is vibes. This is vibes.
Mm-hmm.
But being a mother that young, what were some of the things that you would say? Like, because I'm guessing it wasn't easy. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely hard.
Yeah.
It just teaches you responsibility though.
Yeah. So
I
that
think
was
that's
what
the
you
main
really
thing.
learned.
Yes. I feel like I've learned to be responsible from a young age. And I'm glad that I'm not someone who's like, you know, a lot of people that have kids young, they use their family maybe as a crutch so that they don't have to take on that responsibility.
So they just pass the kid on to the family.
Yes, to like the older relatives. But yeah, I'm glad that I was able to, you know,
Right.
take on that responsibility and do that. It makes me feel accomplished in that way.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
So Leo, like I was saying this off camera, but he probably already pulling all the girls now because he like, hey, I mean, I've got my mom work nightlife, like, you know what I mean?
You know what's up.
He
I'm guessing
loves
you
coming
putting
around
him
my
in
friends.
fits,
Yeah.
you know, like.
He comes around my friends like the only boy, little boy, and he's
Right,
just like,
right, with the whole bunch of
acting all
women.
cool.
Yeah, when he's chilling. That's fun.
It's like, I got it all, man.
He got his hair braided a few months ago, and he was asking to hang out with my friends as soon as he got it braided. He was like, "I
Leo,
know
what you trying to do
know
with
I
those
look
braids?
good." Like,
Let me go see
That's
that girl.
yeah.
crazy.
He was like, "So what are your friends doing?" Like, he's so funny though. He really thinks he's a ladies' man. He has, well, in his kindergarten class last year, he had a girlfriend, but I think they broke up.
You think they broke up?
I think they're done.
That's the difference between Ghana culture and, you know, Western
American culture?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it
You
like?
can't play that shit.
Okay,
No.
see, me homeschool, I didn't even know anyone I could be dating that young, you know? So
Ghana,
I'm probably more
can't-
similar.
They
You
shut
can't
it.
play
They
that
shut it down till like you about to get married.
Yeah.
This is the thing.
Okay, yeah.
So
They
in
not
our
gonna
culture,
recognize her until you're about to
yeah,
marry her.
in our culture,
Mm-hmm.
I think our generation kind of changed it. I'm sure our parents' generation were doing it, but they would never admit it. That's the thing. They would never tell
Under
you.
wraps.
They would
Yeah.
never tell. If I asked my dad right now how long he was dating my mom before they got married, he's never gonna say, "Oh, your mom was my girlfriend from period A to period B." It was, I met your mom and we got married.
Okay, yeah.
But they knew each other.
He
he would
did,
like
he
tell.
did tell us a story.
He
though.
calls it. He doesn't call
Yeah.
it dating. He calls it courting.
Horton, okay.
Courted, like
What is
courted,
that?
Like
courted, like to
proper.
court.
Yeah.
COUR,
yes.
courted. But I said courted how he would say it.
Yeah.
Like I
Okay.
courted your mother
Oh, cute.
when we were this age.
Wait, so what are the religious beliefs in Ghana?
Christianity.
Christian.
So we're
Okay.
Christian.
Regular
Yeah, yeah.
stuff.
So
Yeah.
my parents are also, they're very big into the church
Yeah.
and Christianity.
Yeah.
So very similar in
Yeah.
that Christian homeschool culture
Right.
of like, yeah, I was not dating until I was like almost 18. And
Right.
then, I mean, it's courting because it's like in a big group. You're not
Exactly.
alone.
You're not alone.
You're not
you
ever
you
in
have
a
to be
bedroom.
in public spaces.
Yes, if they come to your house, they're in the living room
That
with
is
your
so
mom in
British
the kitchen.
culture. That is not even our culture, if we're being
is
honest.
highly
That is
British.
like
I
highly
swear-
British.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That's really highly British.
That's
it's true.
funny. My mom's maiden name is England.
See what I'm saying?
So I guess
She
that
knows.
makes sense too.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah, I guess that Loki that does go back. But then also I feel like in our like my parents' group though, I mean, people are getting married very young.
Yes.
It's like around like
So they
1920,
court
like-
and then they marry. They
Yeah.
don't court and then in our culture, let me say our generation, we date, relationship don't work out, we break
it's
up.
just
like on to the
Yeah.
next, which is the thing I don't like.
I don't either.
You know what I mean?
It's
But
like you could date and break up for your whole life.
it's got its
Yeah.
benefits because it's kind of like, I mean, it's, I don't want to say playing the field till you get what you really want to get because truth be told, it seems like our parents' generation, like their divorce rates were like way lower compared to our generation. Like, our
know.
generation, if it
It's
don't
just
work
going up
out,
and
like
up.
we
That's
just
it.
up and
It
out
does.
because
or
it's
just
easy.
not getting married at all.
Or at all.
That's
Yeah.
really going up.
Yeah,
is
that's
what's-
going up.
Yeah.
But like in our culture, it was this. It's funny because our dad preached this to us, but we went the whole complete different direction when it came to that. Because we were always I was always kind of like not a hard-headed kid, but a kid who always questioned. You're not going to tell me something, I'm going to just take it and then walk with it. I'm going to take it, analyze what you've given
Bad
me,
kid.
and I'm going to break it down into little pieces
Okay.
and then see how that applies to me.
Sounds like intelligence though. I mean,
Yes, but in our culture, that can come off
That's
as
you being a bad
like
kid.
questioning.
You a bad boy.
Yeah. I get that. yeah, you kind of get punished for questioning.
You know
but
what I mean?
You should.
But my
You should
parents
find your own
didn't. That's
place.
the part I liked about them. They didn't punish me for that. They were
Good.
like,
Yeah.
okay, we see like you want to understand, so we will explain our perspective to you, and if it makes sense to you, cool. If it doesn't, cool.
Yeah.
So our dad, I remember he took us out to this rooftop spot in Osu. I remember so well. And it was like an awkward dinner because we're a large family. I have like 2 sisters, 2 brothers, and my mom and dad. So it was just me, him, and my dad. And he's like, we're about to get go get ice cream. We're going to get ice cream. We're going to talk. I'm taking you here to get some chips, fried rice. You boys can eat. Eat whatever you want. We need to talk. By this age, I'm around like 16. He's 15 at the time. But he's like, come along, because we were close. We were tight growing up. So we get there. He sits down. He's like, what is your perspective on women? So I'm like eating it. I'm like, what is your perspective on women? I'm like,
Pause.
And that's such a general question.
what are you talking about? Like, hold on.
That's so general.
pause.
So I put my
that?
fork down. I look up, bro, and we weak. Like we we always playing around
no.
because you got
Take it
2 brothers who are close. We gonna play around.
Yeah.
We like play around. I'm looking at him like, you hear this nigga? Like, there's no way he just asked me that.
You're like, oh, no.
But he asked, and then we're like, what do you mean? And at the time, I think we both had girlfriends. I don't know if we did or not. But he was like, how do you guys see, do you think you're just men, you grow up, you marry, and then you make kids? How do you think it works? He wants to see what we think.
And what you already know.
Exactly.
Kinda.
So I'm like, I mean, we got girlfriend, and then they're chill. I'm not about to tell. It's kind of like our little brother now doesn't tell us nothing, but we know
He's
what
like
he's
that.
doing.
Yeah.
He don't say nothing.
You're so embarrassed at that age.
You know what I'm saying?
You cannot talk
You're
about
not about
it.
to
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah.
Even if you're up to no good, you're not about to say nothing.
No.
So I'm like, I mean, they there, whatever. Like, what you trying to say? So he's like, okay, let me explain it to you. As a man, you will be attracted to women, but you have to control yourself. So I'm like,
Oh, is this
sure.
kind of like a birds and the bees talk? Except for it's like,
father to sons,
appropriate. Yeah.
appropriate. Like he doesn't. In our culture, we don't blatantly say
What it is.
don't like they would say abstinence
Yeah.
and don't have sex till you get married.
Yes.
But as a parent, I'm not gonna tell you that if you are having sex, use protection. Don't even look at it.
that's how my parents were.
You know what I mean?
I didn't have a health class.
Yeah.
It was more so, this is what happens. Don't do it though, not until you're married.
Exactly.
And then it's like, I know nothing. I know nothing about
Like
anything.
we will play dumb.
So you don't want to say anything.
You don't wanna say
because
nothing.
They're like, hey,
Yes.
like that's
Exactly.
forbidden. You know?
Yes.
But-
So he's giving. He's like, yes. So you'll be attracted to. I feel like he was giving the talk late. I'm
Yeah.
like, you telling us.
Yeah, how old were you?
I was 16 in high school.
It's like an extremely late
Like
age.
you
You're
late.
like,
Like,
okay.
boy, this
You're like, I
this
already
just started when we
learned
was 12.
online.
Like,
Yeah. You're like, I've been listening. I
You
used
know?
to listen to like inappropriate radio shows
like
at night
back
on
in
my
the
iPod.
day, you know what I mean? Yes.
To learn about stuff, I'd be like, oh, and then this.
Then you're like,
It's like
that's
that.
That's how
what
I
they
learned.
be doing.
Like, yeah.
We saw a lot on this Chinese phone, and we like, oh.
Before the Chinese phone, like
It was school.
I'm gonna be explicit. Like before the Chinese phone, before all that, I used to think it was from the asshole. I feel
You did not think.
I'm not even gonna lie. I've never said this before.
That actually makes sense, though. Like, if you don't really know anatomy like that, you're like,
what's going
well,
on.
Where does it go?
And then after the Chinese phone, I didn't know it was 3 holes until after a while, you know.
okay, a lot of people don't know that.
A lot of
Like
people
until
don't
they're
know that.
grown up.
So I found out it was 3 holes. I was like, oh, because
You're like,
I think that was my first
oh.
girlfriend
just-
who told me that.
Yeah.
You're like,
Oh, so this is the anatomy. Okay, I see. But yeah, we were learning it by ourselves, like because our
Yeah.
parents
So
you
weren't
have to
telling
learn
us.
it on your
You
own,
learn it
or
on your
someone
own.
has to tell you.
which is dangerous. It's
Yeah, but
not
see,
great.
the what I appreciate is my dad's attempts to try.
Yeah.
Because I
He
know
did
his
have
friends
a
were
talk.
not trying.
He did
He
have
tried
a
to
talk.
have the talk, but
had
it
a
wasn't the
talk.
talk.
Yeah.
So he's like, yes. So when you get married, it would, and I'm like, I don't know what
You're like,
you know, I
okay.
know what. He's like, when you get there, you understand. I'm
Exactly,
like, brother,
exactly.
what? this is a quiz. Like, are you gonna tell me or not?
Like, I'm picking
And
up
he's
on
like-
nothing right
He's
now.
like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
God will help you. The Holy Spirit will give you wisdom to understand what I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, pops.
Alrighty.
All right, cool. All right, can I eat now?
And at that age, you're not about to question too much because it's embarrassing. You're
like,
like,
what are
got
you
it, yeah,
asking me? Yeah,
yep,
sure.
Yeah.
all
Whatever
right.
you say.
That's how I was. It was like I really didn't hear
but
much
I'm like
because I was
16.
like, I know. I don't want to hear anything else
Like,
from you.
I'm gonna pretend
Yeah.
like it's nasty talk. But at
Yeah.
16, we were like,
Yeah.
like our middle school, we were rotten. Like,
was bad.
and it was because of our friends. Like, I feel like our friends were just spoiled. Like,
Yeah.
it was, I don't know why, but our friends were.
Or-
You got saved for going to homeschooling.
I was
in
gonna
middle
say,
school, I'm
we'll
telling
leave
you.
around that.
But like,
I'm sure if you went to high school at a younger age, it would have been way different. The
Yeah.
experience is crazy. The bullying,
oh yeah,
the
Oh my
boys,
gosh.
the girls, all of that.
I feel like middle school is a weird age for that. Did you guys experience anything like that?
like bullying.
I've heard like
yeah,
middle
we
school
did.
is like
Oh, wow.
foul.
So
Oh
Like,
my
but
gosh.
I know
Ours was
a
more-
couple of guests have told us that like it was like if you got picked on, you got picked on. Our culture was I pick on you, you pick on me.
Okay.
You gonna have your day to shine. I'm gonna have my day to
yeah,
shine.
but then
It was
everyone
like
has
an
tough
unsaid
skin. It's kind
rule.
of
Yeah, you
that's
know what I
better.
mean?
Kid and
That's
still
better.
get picked on.
It's kind of not better because
Oh, no.
if your pick on is like legendary, that could last a semester.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
You get them bad.
No, that's what I've heard about school though. Is these
Yes.
kids have been going to school since they were 6?
Right.
Someone will be known as the kid that pooped their pants. A decade
Poopy
later.
pants, poopy
That's
pants.
so embarrassing.
And it can follow you till you in college.
You're together
It's
the whole way,
So like,
like,
yo,
that's-
I'm calling poopy pants. Hold on. I need to call.
Like, oh, that's so bad.
Like, I need to
But
call
in
poopy
Ghana,
pants
they
real
did
quick.
switch. Ghana, you switch schools a lot.
Oh no!
After middle school,
Oh,
you go
that's
to
cool.
different
Okay.
We switched schools though.
Okay, we
We
switched
our
schools.
dad
Did you
would be
move
like,
around a
oh,
bit, or?
Same era,
We
but
tried.
just like
Uh,
different experiences.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got
Different goals for your
friend
future,
groups
yeah.
from middle school. Then
So
we got a
many
friend
different
group from
schools.
like junior high. Then
Yeah.
maybe you did. I did 2 years
Yeah.
of junior high. He scooped me from that school and then put me in another junior high school.
Now, were you guys being bad at the schools, or he just
No.
wanted
No,
you to
he
have
just
diversity?
New experiences.
Just, new
Yeah.
experience. He was
So
like, he
how'd you
prayed about
feel?
it, and it just
Yeah.
The
We were
school that I
excited.
was, we were
Okay,
excited when
yeah.
we were leaving Alcid.
Yeah.
But when we were leaving Faith, oh, we was hot.
Oh,
was
really? You
crying.
really like those
That
ones?
was
So it just
that was,
depends.
that was
I
our
cried,
original
I
squad,
remember.
Like,
Because I cried because I was like, I had a best friend, I remember, and I was like, oh, like they yanking me out of this school. Like I'm gonna have to make new
Oh,
friends.
yeah.
And like I already kind of got, like I just figured it out. Like I'm like, I found my identity as a person in this little group of kids or whatever. And
Yeah.
you're about to just pull me out and throw me in a new. And he's like, oh, it'd be good for you. Next thing I see, I didn't even know my mother and my best friend's mother at the time had spoken. So when we arrived at our new school, my best friend was in the school.
That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
You see what I'm saying?
That's so sweet.
But then I
Okay.
felt objected because now we in a bigger school. It was a huge school too. And my best friend started being best friends with somebody else. So now I was hot. So I was like,
Oh, I
hold
bet.
on. And people
like,
don't
what?
think,
Look,
I'm like,
I
we
really
kids.
know you. They don't know you like
Charlie,
that.
Yeah.
They don't know you like I know you,
bro.
gotta
I
start
was
rumors
there
about
for you
it.
when you pooped your pants. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm
You're
saying?
like, we gotta bring this stuff from the other school.
Like, don't do that. Don't do that. But I mean, it was a cool experience. It was like,
Yeah.
it was
That is
okay,
cool.
you know.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a story we haven't really like talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like just school hopping. Like we were in different
Because here in
schools,
America,
Oh, yeah.
you go to school based on where you live, right?
right? Like it's districts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Back
a lot of
home-
people don't, unless you move a lot. You're not really hopping
okay.
around.
Back home is more
Back
like
home,
how much you have.
It's how much you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
oh,
it's
wow.
a pocket
Yeah.
contest. So the rich kids
Oh.
go to the rich schools, the broke kids go to the public schools.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
you're not doing public
That's-
school in Ghana, or
Okay.
you're going to be labeled.
That's
you're gonna
plenty
be
of
labeled.
areas.
And it's
I mean,
kind of
yeah.
sad.
It's bad.
Because even in public schools there are rich kids.
Yeah.
And we couldn't
Oh,
find that
yeah.
out when we got older. Because we were like, this dude's in public school, but like
You're like, I didn't
Pop's
know.
got a G-Wagon,
Yeah.
Okay,
living in
yeah.
a mansion. And I'm in private school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
So it was like, it really wasn't how, but when we were growing up, that was
That
just
was
the thing.
it.
We
It was
looked,
like a pissing
we looked
contest.
down on public kids schools because that's
Yes.
just how it was. They would show them on TV like some broke kids. But then most of my closest friends
Went
Yeah.
to public
schools,
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, I know that that's not
You
the
know what I'm
reality.
saying? And they
Yeah.
cool, they smart, Like
Yeah.
they know their
Normal.
stuff.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why are they showing them on TV like they need
They
bread?
the ones.
Right.
They the ones who end up in Ivy League schools. In
Yes,
the US.
and the Harvards and the Yales, the
Yeah.
public school kids.
Okay,
the private school
yeah.
kids were spoiled.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
They got on, they
right.
call them dada ba.
I mean, same here. My
Yeah.
sister, she went to private school because my mom was finally done
Right.
with the homeschooling. And I mean, yeah, same thing. And a lot of private schools here are Christian. So it doesn't mean
Like
that you're
Catholic?
richer just because you go to private school. It could just be your parents are more religious. So they're like, oh, we don't want you in public. Like, you know,
Oh.
you're going to be going to
okay.
private. But then there's also that, you know, belief about them that it's like, oh, they're just like so
Yeah,
rich. But
ragged,
really, not
right, all
always.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But we will have inter-school sports where like schools, and even that was grouped. So we had international school sports. It was
Yeah.
called the
ISAGs.
ISAGs. So it was all
Like the
it was called
Olympics.
it was like the
Ah, no
Olympics.
way, that's cool.
It was like the Olympics for international school kids.
Wow.
So it was
Everybody wanted to
So,
go.
like, so it was like it
Yeah.
was
wanted to
like
go. It's crazy.
you going to ISAG? Oh no, I'm not going.
Yeah, you late.
And
luck
if you
next
were
year.
an athlete in ISAG, ooh, boy.
You got it all. Because I remember our
Immediate cloud.
Immediate cloud with no Instagram. I'm telling you.
No
That's when
Instagram,
you
but
knew
you got
somebody had
clout.
clout.
That's for
No
real, for
Instagram,
real.
mate. That's
Yeah.
how you knew somebody
OG
had clout.
clout.
Like you show up and your presence, like everybody's like,
Everyone's looking at you. Everyone's
Yeah.
talking
everyone
about
wants to
you.
be your friend. You know,
Ah,
it's
that's so
crazy.
cool.
It is not cool though.
Because
I'll
our
tell you that
school, our school wasn't in ISAG for the first couple of years.
Because
And then-
yeah. So Alpha Beta was kind of like wanna be international.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. They were wanna
It
be.
wasn't. It was
Like,
an international school.
It was
but
international,
just
but
didn't-
they weren't
like,
big enough.
participate in-
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah, like
Faith-
smaller scale.
It was
yeah.
small scale.
Yeah.
In my class, we were like 15 or 20.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Or
I get that.
13.
That's
Those are really
totally
small.
normal
It
for
was like
yeah,
60,
private,
70, 100 kids. So like they're like, we're established. You ain't.
Exactly.
So in our books, you're
the
not
big
IS.
boys.
Yeah.
You the little
You
boys.
little.
I get that.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And our jerseys were yellow. So it did not help the situation at all, bro. Like,
Please.
man,
You're like,
it did not help.
pop
It
it
did
out
not
like
help.
bees.
We were like,
Bees.
like it did not help. I don't know why they did that. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, I don't know how dating culture turned into the ISAGs. But anyway, our dad tried to give us the talk. So did you get the talk?
I did, and it was very similar to what you described. I feel like, okay, I had 2 talks as a woman because my mom had to tell me about, you know, like a woman's cycle and stuff.
Right.
I had that talk when I was like 13, 14. She just had like a little like paperback book with some pictures, and she like flipped through it, and I was like, okay, got it. She was like, you just come let me know when you feel like
when
this
you
is
really-
happening. Okay. So I was like, all right. And then later on, both of my parents had a talk with me and my brother because we were the closest in age. Weird dynamics.
Sister and brother?
And
kinda
mom
weird.
and dad.
Talking about the 2 parts? I
So
don't
they
know about
literally
that.
like showed us a book.
Like you got
It
that.
had
A book
no,
of positions?
It had no anatomy. It was like an illustration
Stick figures.
from an afar of a man and a woman cuddled up in bed. Like it's not showing you anything. And it's like, oh, when a man and a woman truly love each other, then they
Oh,
make more,
okay.
you know, people so
They make
general.
How
more
old were you when
people.
the book was brought to life?
Actually, I might have been younger, I think, when I heard that book. It was probably like 12, 13. So
Had you
that's,
already been exposed?
yeah, through my iPod. I was like, listening to it. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Was it Lil Wayne? Who was you listening to on that iPod?
No, it was a talk show that came on at like 10 p.m.
Who were they? They were
No,
they were
the
talking about like how
after
you
It
put
was
it in.
it was a guy was like a sex therapist, and people would call into the, but it was like a relationship and sex therapist.
Okay.
And he's still a famous doctor today. I
Okay.
can't remember his name, but people would call in and be like, "I'm having these relationship
Did
issues."
you call it?
No. I was like 13. I was like 12, 13. I didn't know. But I would listen
Don't
in and
tell
be
my
like,
mama.
oh, okay. I was learning it about all types of things. Like
Oh,
erectile
okay.
dysfunction. Why am I learning about that
At 13.
I don't even know, but I'm like, okay, so they're experiencing this.
It's like, okay, so it's not working, but he's helping them get it back up.
No, I was just so curious. So yeah, the talk that my parents had with me, I didn't learn much from it,
Yeah,
but they
yeah,
tried.
they
It was
tried,
just
they
awkward,
tried.
you know? I
It was
like,
very awkward.
all right, I'm done hearing about this.
Right.
So.
When did you have your first boyfriend?
Ooh, I had my first, well, I did technically have a boyfriend when I was 14, but it was like not really like
Church?
That don't count.
yeah. Exactly. It doesn't count. Like we were never alone. We never even hung out. Like I was
Right.
just like, yeah, that is my boyfriend.
Like you thought he was attractive and that was it.
Yeah, he like asked me to be his girlfriend, and I was
Oh,
like,
he just said,
okay,
okay.
but like from afar, and I was like, yeah, okay.
Like over text?
No, I didn't even have a phone.
So it was like you standing where that tripod is.
We're
me,
like youth group.
boyfriend, you, girlfriend, me, you, make it work. Yep.
girlfriend, boyfriend.
Yeah,
Cool.
we're together. Okay, we're together. I'll
we're
see you next
together.
Wednesday night.
So you can't
You
look
did
at
Wednesday
the
church?
Yeah,
We did
We had
Wednesday
Wednesday
church.
church.
Wednesday church. is
Wednesday
huge.
church, Friday church, Sunday church.
Yeah.
Oh, you had Friday. Okay,
For
I didn't have
prayers.
Friday.
So Friday was
Wednesday and
prayers.
Sunday were big.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wednesday
So
is like
Wednesday was
teaching,
like, teaching,
you know, like
and
church, all
but
that.
Wednesday
Yeah.
for the boys was like we linking up, we talking about what happened in school, we playing football.
Yeah, usually they let you do activities, so you can really hang with your
Yeah.
friends.
We were supposed to be
and-
listening. We were supposed to be in church sitting down listening. I'm like, I ain't
They
doing
will
this.
always complain about
Oh
us.
man,
Like, oh,
ushers will be
Oh,
telling our
that's
parents.
funny.
Our parents were pastors.
Yeah.
In the church.
No way.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
that don't help.
So you're
because everyone's
super-
looking at you.
That's true, but you're also like, I'm sure you were super, what's the word? You felt super comfortable if your parents are pastors, so you're just kind of hanging out.
You're
like,
the cool kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
true.
are. Like,
the
you're
cool
super
kid.
comfy with where you are.
Yeah, but it's like you can't really do much in the sense that I remember like we would get bottles and
Mm-hmm.
use them to play like what you guys call soccer. We call it football. But like we
Uh-huh. Yeah,
would use like
yeah.
plastic bottles and we would put the church chairs, one on that side, one on that side as goalposts. And then when it was time for like Wednesday service, we didn't have phones, but we just knew all our parents were coming to service. So us and all the other church kids will like link up at the back of the church, set up the chairs, and we going crazy. dude.
Oh,
We,
yeah.
Like, locked
When you
in.
get to church, you know where to go.
You know where to go. If you,
You know
don't
what's
get
going
there,
on.
you just know what's going on. And I remember,
just walk to the back.
Joseph and Philip and all of them. They like I'm like,
Everyone's just gonna walk to the back like
quiet.
nothing
Mom,
is going
Mom,
on.
I need to use the bathroom real quick. Like, my stomach hurts so good. Like next
on
thing
away.
you seen, gone. He at the back. But then ushers will see us and go snitch.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You
Of
know what I
course they
mean?
would.
Yeah.
Position on the kids.
Man, do you remember that reminded me? Do you remember when you were watching porn in church?
I had my first share.
You were caught?
Yeah.
But he didn't
that's
know.
so
What
embarrassing.
I did was dumb though.
He didn't know.
Because
I'm gonna let you tell it.
I was watching and like I like to relax. So I went like that, you know.
With
I
the
like,
iPad too.
I like that, you know, watch everyone behind
Everyone
me
behind him was
sees what's
watching
going
with
on.
him. In a church service, like
It's
sitting,
crazy.
holding the iPad like
crazy.
this. And it's, I don't know if it was muted,
Oh, I'd
but
be
just
so
like,
embarrassed. Oh my God.
And then people behind you
And
just
it's like,
watching
as,
with
like,
you.
as a kid, you're
Oh.
so like you're myopic. You don't see or you don't think.
You don't think there's nothing
anyone-
wrong. You just
Yeah, like,
watching
you're just
it.
watching.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't
I'm
even know if
that.
it looked good.
Oh my gosh.
I remember that so well because who's some?
Yeah, who
a
told?
Usher.
Someone said something. I don't
Hey,
know.
yo,
who.
but you told me the story, right? Because I didn't see
Yeah,
what
because
it.
they didn't tell everyone what happened at home. They just told
good,
me.
good.
and
They try to
I-
have
you
a
know,
talk.
We've been close, so I can't just tell him like,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah,
damn,
yeah,
you don't
good.
know, you don't know what
You know what
happened.
I seen some. I see some.
But yeah, that happened. We did a talk and all that. They wasn't like really mad at the situation. They were more like educational.
Trying to educate.
about
Oh,
the
that's
situation.
nice
Yeah,
then.
Yeah,
Trying
but
That's
you
to
could
good.
tell
teach
they
you.
were like, oh,
So they weren't
damn.
super like, yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
weren't. Our parents weren't rebukers. if
That's
the
awesome.
They
way to
wouldn't make
say.
you feel
Like,
terrible about something. They would
terrible. It was-
teach you.
It's
Yeah,
everything's a
yeah,
learning
yeah,
experience,
yeah,
which is
you know
how
what
it
I
should be
mean?
with kids.
Yeah, it should be like that because I had friends whose parents were like whoop 'em
Yeah.
bad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got whooped. Don't get me wrong,
did
we got
get whooped,
whooped.
though.
But like we did bad stuff where we got
Yeah,
whooped.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
same.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I would have to be being outright,
Yeah,
like
you
defiant.
were
like
really-
no, okay,
right.
now I'm getting whooped. Like I know not to do that,
Exactly.
Was
If
your
I
was
just
your
listen.
mama belt? Did she whip you with a belt?
but you know what's funny is my dad was a belt user for like my brother, but
the girls
Boys
always
get
get
the
the
hard
hard.
one.
yeah,
We get the hard stuff.
Yeah. And my mom would use a wooden spoon.
Can she even get? That makes me even think like
That's
y'all-
weird.
Yeah.
She would cook with it also. She would wash it.
But
It would
she
be-
wash it right
moms
after.
would
That's
use
weird.
wooden spoons though.
Wooden spoons was a mom's
because
best
it's like
friend.
they get the news like while they cooking. All right.
Oh, what's right there? Whoop.
Listen, my friend's mom, she had a wooden spoon with like a Bible verse painted on it, like all fancy and like nature, like grass and blue sky, and then a Bible verse that they would whoop us with. And I was like, what? Why are we having it like artistic?
I know
That's
the Bible.
weird.
I know the Bible verse that was on there. Spare the rod, spoil the child.
I'm sure it was. I don't even remember what it is now, but I remember being like, come on.
It definitely
don't make it
was
pretty.
that.
Like,
it
this
definitely
is
was
for
that.
my kid.
It definitely was that. But now we are older as preachers' kids. I'm gonna just say that. Now we're older. I feel like yes, we're all in nightlife. You know, it's helped us in a way because even when you're around all the temptation and negativity, you always your brain naturally just kind of like snaps back to home, and you know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Because that is a thing about nightlife too. Is like
There's
it
a lot of
depends where you are.
distractions.
But yeah, there's a lot of negative energy.
And negative
out there,
energy.
too,
You
and
just
it's
got to
so
know where to
true.
put yourself.
leave.
You know when it's time to go home.
Yeah.
And you know all
That's
that.
for sure, too.
Which I think our parents all, did a good job. You know, here we are on a podcast all kind of like talking. The fact that this is the first time we're meeting and
That's what
we're
we're talking
clicking
about.
off that is insane. But our generation dating culture has shifted. How do you feel about the
Oh
what's
my
your
gosh.
take?
I think that I really think social media has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
And it does frustrate me a lot because I don't know. I feel like our grandparents' age had it so much easier because they didn't feel like they had all these options.
That's what I was about to say.
And now
I seen. Oh, go on.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
say later.
Well, I was just going to really finish that sentence is it feels like we have so many options because we can see people from all across the world. We can easily fly to them. We can go see them. And then I feel like it's hard to settle down that way because you're like, they're pissing me off.
Right.
I'm going to go see what them
Yeah,
over
who
there's
got
talking
offered.
about.
Right.
People will never commit, never settle down. It freaks me out.
Because do you remember that thing Boozy said?
Lil Boosie said, man, it used to
the
be fun.
past?
It's just me, my girlfriend in the corner, and my side chick on the block. I only had two options.
Everyone's in the same town.
I
Yeah.
only
No,
had
that's
two
messy,
options.
though.
But now, I go on Instagram, I'm swiping, I'm seeing
you
all
see
these
everyone,
options.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I call it the catfish era. Because now you're
True.
seeing what you're seeing, but then maybe you get there and then it's not
They're
what you're
nothing like
expecting.
that.
It's just a lifestyle.
People look really good on Instagram, and they honestly, it might be that they are just a catfish, or you just meet them and their personality is so
It's not your
bad. They're
person- yeah,
so
right.
negative. Like,
Right.
and then you realize, like,
What
this
am I
is not
doing here?
all
Right.
about looks.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you can see on Instagram and be like, oh, that's a baddie. You meet her terrible person, you
Right,
know?
exactly.
So it is interesting.
Our
Go from
generation has
unorganic.
changed. I know. Like our generation is they eat with their eyes first. Taylor Rowe was saying this. He was like, people eat with their eyes first.
Yeah, that's
You know
so
what I
true.
mean? But then there's like so many different kind of people out there. And there are people that kind of keep it old school. Like if I haven't met you before and we haven't clicked, I'm not meeting you on like
Yeah.
social media. You know?
Yes.
Like the Tinders and the Bumbles and then,
Oh my gosh. I've never used a
It
dating
never
app.
worked out for me.
Yeah.
or the dating apps.
2 weeks I was
Everyone
done.
uses
I don't think
those,
it's for
though. I feel
dating
like
though.
everyone does.
I don't think it's
Oh.
for dating.
Yeah.
I think it's hookup culture.
I
never
agree
dated
from men's
anyone like
perspective.
that.
I think girls
It's
get
hookup
on it
culture.
to date and then get played.
Yeah, it's
And
hookup
that's why I'm
culture.
always like, I don't think the men actually want to date
You
when they're
think
getting
dudes
on there.
are creating
That's why I'm
accounts
like, no, yeah.
where they have unlimited women
Yeah.
to
They're not
swipe?
dating no one
No,
on
they're
there.
serial
You think they're gonna
one
match?
date hookupers.
That's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
think they're gonna match with one girl? And be like, all right, I'm not swiping tonight. I'm gonna talk to this girl, and if it don't work, I'm gonna continue.
I think she's the one.
They're talking to 5 people at the same
Same time. It's hookup culture.
I think, yeah. And I have friends who have dated guys that they've met on apps like that. And it seems like those are some of the worst guys. Like, it's almost like an addiction.
Yeah. Do you
They
think
want to keep swiping and meeting new girls
right?
and like
But
going
do
out
you
with them
think?
once maybe.
Do you think? Because I don't want to even say like girls are naive because I have sisters and I don't think girls are like that naive. Are they that naive? Like,
I think it
don't they know
depends.
what's up?
I think some are, but I also think, I think some girls are naive. I think some guys are naive to what girls want, and some girls are naive to what guys want.
Okay.
Other people, okay, I think sometimes you just have to learn the hard way. And then
Go get
you
played
know,
and then you know what
or
the deal
you've
is.
seen your friends get played and
Right,
you're like,
right.
okay, so this, I don't think that this is the right thing to
How
do.
big of an issue do you think dating culture is? Because dating life affects people's work, their jobs, their families. People change when they start dating people. Like,
Yeah.
People who be disappearing and all that.
you know what I mean? Like, people go off the grid when they get partners. Or,
Yeah,
you
that
know, like,
is
they just
true.
go off the
That's
grid
a
all of a
big
sudden.
thing. Yeah.
I
know what
just
I mean?
lost a friend to a relationship.
Aww.
She's awesome. But
Shout
you
out
know,
to
you
you.
start hearing from them a lot
We
less.
hope you
But
watch this
at least
episode.
they're happy.
Madison misses you, so
miss
Come
you.
back
hey,
home.
come back home. You know yourself, but
I'm
but like people do that, and I personally don't feel like when you get into a relationship, you should just cut everybody off. Like,
Yeah, I know. But you know what? I mean, that can go two ways of you might be in a toxic relationship, you guys are kind of like just off arguing, doing your own thing. Or I do think that that is part of when you grow up and you find your person. Like, look at our parents. Like, a lot of them, they hang out with their friends less and less because they've just got their partner and their kids.
right.
So now that I'm older and I'm seeing friends kind of start to disappear with their relationships, I'm like, you guys might get married. Like, this is for real. Like,
Oh,
you
this
might
is
have
for
kids
real.
And I'll, like, see you once a month. Like, that's just part of
But you still
getting
see
older.
them though.
Okay, true. You're right.
Yeah,
you
you know,
still see them.
They're
Just
not
not
off
as much.
the
It's not the
grid.
same.
Like you could call her on FaceTime.
Yeah, you could.
Some
text.
people you can't
Yeah.
even reach them.
Yeah.
Okay,
they're
that's
not gonna
true.
reply to you.
That's
They're not
true.
going to
They're
reply
done with you.
because they booed up.
Yeah, that's wrong.
You know what I
That's
mean?
wrong.
Like, but from your perspective, when you find your someone and you guys are together and then bonded, you like to be ducked off or do you become a homebody? Are you a homebody? It's a question, you know.
I'm a homebody in general. I
Okay.
think that's part of being a mom also. And working in nightlife, you have all those people around, at least one or
all
two
the
nights a
time.
week.
Yeah.
I like a nice day or two at home where no one's talking to me. But
Phone on D&D.
yeah.
I just learned.
Yeah. I will say though, I don't know. I just like my events with my girls. Like, I regularly want to have like a little dinner or lunch or something.
Like the link ups.
Yeah, I feel like anytime that I have become more isolated, that's not a good relationship for me personally. But I do think for other people, they are just like
It works
madly
for
in
them.
love.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're too isolated, it's like could be
Right.
a problem. Yeah,
It
could be a problem.
looks like you're having flashbacks. Like,
I'm
ooh,
like, yeah, that's
ooh.
not good.
Thinking about that one.
It's not good.
But if like you and your friends, do you have friends that check you if you're like too ducked off? Like, girl, where you been? Like, you off the grid.
That's actually a good question. You know, I don't think I haven't even been in anything like that recently where I
Right.
do all of a sudden
Just
go
duck
MIA.
off. Yeah.
But we have friends who do, and I guess we don't call them on it because it seems like they're happy.
But you
it's
don't know
like,
until you ask.
That's true. That's very true.
You don't know what they're going through.
You don't know what they're going through.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. And I think that is good for girls to be, sometimes it takes more for us to be more direct.
Yeah.
You
Don't
know?
assume, you know.
Yeah, we are like, hey, what's going on?
Right.
And directly ask
Right.
something. But that is good because a lot of times I'll just be like, so how's it going? Like, how are things with you?
Right,
I'm like
right.
dancing around the subject.
Right.
Rather than saying, I
like
never
going
see
straight
you.
to the point.
Yeah.
Because it's like before they get into their relationship, there's always that one friend that blocks the relationship, right?
The cock blocker.
Yeah.
The cock blocker.
So have you had those experiences?
Okay, yes, but like sometimes I think that the girl that's the cock blocker, like she's actually seeing something that I didn't.
Or she just wants the guy that you trying to talk to.
Oh, that could be it too. You're right. But I never know. It's
You
so
don't
hard to
know,
say because it's
right.
like, does she want him or is he
or-
actually being kind of like nice to her?
Right,
Or like,
right,
does
right,
she
right.
see him being too friendly to people? Or is she just
Or she just looking out for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, what does
is
she
she
want?
looking out for me or not? I don't know. But usually, especially if it's a friend you've had for a while,
Right.
you're gonna trust the friend first rather
right,
than
right.
a guy you just met.
Right,
Like, you don't know.
right.
But have you guys had that happen?
Because
Of like
Mal-
girls that are
Mal's always talking about like experiences like that.
I think dudes is different for dudes. When your boy on the move, when I say a move,
Yeah, you
like
guys
he
don't
on a
cock
mission.
block.
No.
Yeah.
We don't have time for that.
No,
The
you
thing
don't
is,
care.
we
It
don't
doesn't
care.
seem like you care.
No, we don't.
You
because
can
it's
take care of
like
You're like,
yourself,
date whoever you
man.
want. I
yeah,
don't
it's
care.
like I don't care, bro. Like you call me Hey, it didn't work out. All right, bro. What you doing, bro? You want to get on the
You wanna
game?
go out,
Like, go out, go get a drink. Like,
Yeah.
we
don't
really
deep
don't
think
care.
too
We don't
much.
deep think.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know,
you guys are not
it's
invested in
good
your friends'
and bad,
relationships.
Yeah.
you know?
I think that's nice.
We could not talk to our friend for 3 years and talk on in year 4, and then we gonna rekindle.
It's super. Yeah.
Just like, what you been? Oh, you divorced 3 times? Damn, bro, that's crazy. How many kids you got? 10? Woo, boy, I gotta come see you.
yes. Yes.
You said what? Like, you got 6 wives, bro? Like, what? Damn, okay. But girls, you
busy.
guys are up to date. Like, every,
yeah.
like, you guys are up to date.
It's almost like we're emotionally invested in our friends' relationships.
Like, you feel the pain.
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
my
You're
friend got
dating
heartbroken. I don't
her.
feel that pain.
Yeah.
I'm trying
He's
to
Yeah.
dating you and your friend.
Huh?
He's dating you and your friend, and then he gonna get married to you, and then he gonna be
Yes.
dating you, your friend, and your
Yeah.
mom.
That's how some men feel
So,
when they're dating girls
yeah.
with like girl groups. Like,
Yeah.
tight
And I
friends.
get that from a guy's perspective. You know what else I think is interesting though? As a man, when you are going through like a breakup, you know, girls, we have this very intense, like strong support system because we have all these girls that are emotionally invested
men
in
go
our
through that by
relationship.
themselves.
Yes, you guys are alone because your friendship like levels are not just surface level, but you guys don't get that vulnerable with each other.
Nah.
So did you know like rates of suicide for men is much higher because you
I
guys have
heard-
to go
I've
through
heard
so
that.
much alone emotionally. So when you lose the woman in your life who is probably your emotional support person, you're like, okay,
What's
I'm not
next?
venting to anyone. I'm just like here by myself with
Yeah.
it. Like,
I
and
know-
that's
I
a
feel-
lot.
Yeah, it is a lot of pressure if you, especially if you were in love with the person.
Okay,
You
right,
feel it,
right.
you know. But
yeah.
I don't know if I guess I haven't like lost like somebody to know how it feels, but I've
Okay,
seen
okay.
a friend
Like
who
be down
has
bad.
like be down bad.
I've seen a couple
like-
guys,
yeah.
and then I realized like they
but
don't
he
have
never told me.
anyone.
He
Yeah.
never told me like. But I see like him cry, and I'm like,
Aw.
Tale, Boko, bro. You don't remember Boko and what's her name, bro?
I know.
Philly, shawty from Philly, bro.
Yeah, I know he's all.
Bro, when the relationship ended, that boy was.
I didn't think he was that emotional.
I didn't
though.
know.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
like, it wasn't, you see how you like, oh, like you want to rub his back.
Yeah.
I'm like, motherfucker, get your
You're like, okay, stop.
Get outside, boy.
exactly.
What? This is what we gonna do.
I feel like you're good at like distracting maybe.
Like, that's
from
all, I'll be
yeah.
like, I'm like, what? You said, she said what? She don't like you? She said, you ugly? We going to the strip club. We outside. We outside. We outside. No.
Perfect time when you go out.
No, we outside. Especially if at the time we're single or our friend is single. His definition of I'm gonna have my bros back is just either surround him with more women to make him feel special.
That's so true.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
surround
yeah.
him with girls you, as the friend, think are prettier than his ex.
Yeah. Okay, I see that too. It's
And
like
show
often
him
you're
that-
outside.
show
yeah.
him
More
that-
fishes.
Yeah.
There's
in the
more.
sea.
There's plenty of fishes.
That is
in
a
the sea.
good,
Yeah.
You know what I
nice
mean?
little distraction.
You know, but it's a just like you said, distraction. Because he's
Mm-hmm.
after that 5-minute, 10-minute hula baloo, he go home and he by himself.
He back to it.
I'm knocked
Yeah.
out, snoring, having my sleep.
Oh, right.
And
right.
he's probably just thinking like, damn, like this girl, this, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
like, this
You
is
know,
happening.
like
yeah.
it's getting better though, cause we keep our circle tight. So we just like we're a small group of friends. We don't really,
But we still
Oh,
laughed.
nice.
but we laugh at each other. You know, but like our friends are comfortable
yeah.
enough to be like, Chale, bro, this girl's tripping. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But
That's
me,
good. So you
we
can still
talk,
talk
though.
about
We talk.
it. Yeah,
We
yeah,
talk
yeah. You're
about
just
it
not like
now.
overly.
we
yeah,
just
about
not
it,
like overly caring.
invested in their business,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah,
I mean, at the
we
end of the day,
want to
that's
see
nice.
them do good, but we just don't want to be all up in their business.
But they can make their own decisions.
you know.
Yeah.
But y'all,
Yeah.
your girl calling you talking about some. What he do?
Yeah.
He said this, and I'm like, how you know what I said?
Okay, look, here's the thing though, for girls. The only time that I'm ever like overly invested, it's clear as fucking day that guy does not like her. He's using her for her body. I'm like, leave him the fuck alone. He's never taken you on a date. You've been hooking up for a year and a
right?
half.
Like you're inside. He never
I'm
brought you out.
embarrassed for you. I feel like some girls don't see it. And that's the time when I'm like, you're sitting here crying over someone that I'm telling you
care
right now,
about you.
he doesn't like you. I don't know how you can't tell that he doesn't like you, but he doesn't like you.
What is it like?
But you can't say that. You just say, "Oh, leave him alone, girl. Leave him alone, girl.
like-
He's no good."
Well, this is what you really want to say.
Yes, but you
Girl,
gotta be
you don't
nice
like
about
me
it.
like
You can't be an
that.
asshole.
But what is it about girls and like some girls? Because I know even our male friends who have female friends who they're not doing anything. They're just like a male and a female. And some females feel confident enough to talk to male
Yes.
friends. So a female who is like, she's like, I really like this guy. She know the guy doesn't like her back, but like she really believes if she carries the weight of the like, miraculously it'll work out. Why do you think some women feel like that? Like,
You know what? I don't know, but I feel like everyone has different standards. And like some girls, I think from a young age, because you got to think about in high school.
yeah,
A lot of people in America start dating when they're like 16.
right.
Are they really going on dates at that age?
They're
a
just
lot of
meeting
times
in high
not
school.
really.
Yeah.
They're hanging
Or they're
out
just hooking
at their
up.
parents' house. And now a girl's like a decade later and she's still doing that. She doesn't even realize like,
They never
oh
went
no,
out.
if he likes you, he's actually probably going to put in more effort than that. So
That's all they've ever known.
I think it's a coming of age thing of hopefully they figured it out at some
Right.
point. And maybe the guy who you're just hanging out with at his parents' house when you're 16 does actually like you.
Right.
The guy when you're 26 who's doing it probably doesn't. Like
right.
if that's all he's giving you.
Exactly.
Like,
But then that takes us back to our parents' era and the courting. So
yeah,
if
we
that
were raised
was,
a little differently than
you
that.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that was still a thing, you would see people actually wait till they're like 18, 19, 20 and then actually go on dates with, different people or whatever. But they're not doing anything. They're just going on dates to get to know these people so they could be selective of who they pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our
yeah.
culture, our generation, it's more like we'll go on dates, we'll hook up. If the hookup ain't good, the whole date is straight. Woo!
Man.
I got a question though. What about guys who they don't want any relationship from the girl, but then they take the girl out on dates?
Friends with benefits.
No. They take the girl
That's
out on
fucked up
dates.
because that's confusing to girls.
You see, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. that's a thing,
That's
too.
a guy's
That's a thing,
favorite
too.
favorite girl, but she's good enough for the dates, but she ain't good enough
ain't
to
good enough
wife
to-
it.
to-
She
yeah,
not
she
wifey
not
material.
Yo, what is that
material.
about? I think that's kind of common.
It's
It's like,
just-
I don't want a relationship right now,
Yeah,
but can I take you out next Thursday?
It's just I enjoy your company and I like to eat dinner with you. You shut up occasionally.
Yeah.
And we go home, we do whatever. But if you realize that people or guys will tell you, I mean, they go home, they chill. He ready to go back to his space. He's not trying to be in your space.
Yeah.
He's already
Yeah.
he's done for
That's
the
a
day.
big thing, though.
You know what I
They
mean?
like their space.
That's a big thing, I think, after being single in adulthood. It's kind of hard to share your space, honestly.
It's a hit or a miss. I
Yeah.
live with my girlfriend.
You have to like the person. Like
That's
you
what I'm
have
saying.
to like
yeah,
the person.
and it have people before
Yeah.
we lived together. It was, hey, don't do it. You're gonna get sick and tired of
Just
each other.
depends. Yeah, it
You-
just
like
depends.
but we were together for 4 years before we moved in with each other.
Oh,
you see
so
what I'm
you guys
saying?
know each other so
So
well.
we were talking. We were like all this chit chatter. Okay, whatever.
4 years, you're-
even
yeah.
living
You really
together,
don't
we
have
still
surprises.
managed to have our spaces. You know what I
Do
mean?
you? Yeah, that's good.
I
So
mean,
you've set it up that way.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
works that way. But then there are times if they're like, there's a dispute or argument or something. I'm like, fuck, where the fuck do I go? But I go sit on the patio or let air breathe in my head or
You said,
something.
where the
you know?
fuck do I go?
But
where do I
it's-
go?
You know what I mean? But
I used
it's
to go
not.
sit in my car. Yeah.
It's not. It's not been an issue as compared. Sitting
Yeah.
in the car is crazy, bro.
I'm like fuming in the car.
Like you gonna be hot in there, like, or go on a drive. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
Those are
I mean,
nice.
Back home later,
it helps.
girl.
It helps in the sense that like, okay, it's been 4 years, whatever. We live together. We get through that. You know, because
Yeah.
technically we looked at it this way: if we're planning on getting married, eventually we got to figure this out. You know, that's how we looked at it when we were going into it. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
exactly.
So, but
Yeah.
I mean, when I hear my guys talk and stuff, they like, hell no. What you mean? Like, you crazy, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's everybody in their situation, how it works for them, you know? I wouldn't encourage everybody to do it, though.
And especially not right off the bat.
Yeah, right.
You have to know them first.
Not
and then it's like...
Right off the bat, it's
I
crazy,
have a
bro.
friend
Yeah, I know
who
people that
moved
do that.
in, like,
Right off the bat.
2 months.
I said, boy, what you doing,
I'm
fam?
like,
I know people who have done that.
God damn.
Two months. 2 months is crazy, though.
2
What's your
months is crazy
timeline? What's your
for-
2
timeline
months is
before you move in with your
crazy.
partner?
Ooh, you know,
Especially-
it's so hard. It's harder having a kid.
Okay,
Because I feel like
okay.
it's going to be long.
Is it harder dating, like, for women who have children?
Definitely. I just have less time. And for me, it's honestly like a while, like probably 6 months, a year.
Dudes don't
I
care,
won't
though.
even introduce them to my kid, though. Just because what if I get to know them and I'm like,
Different guys. and all that,
yes. So I'm like, I'm not
yeah.
even doing that unless I'm like sure about
Sure
them.
about right. You don't want to
So-
just hey, this is that.
Here's this.
Right,
6 months later, here's
Right,
this.
right, right,
No,
right, right.
we're not doing
He's
that.
gonna grow up like, man, my mom's like,
My mom
I'm
outside.
active.
I'm gonna be throwing it out.
He's gonna be outside.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what he's
No,
he's
it's
gonna
just what would
disrespect
be
you in the
normal.
long run.
Yeah. So for me, it limits a lot of time that I have available, right? If I have like 2 days a week, maybe 3 that I don't have my son, I'm limited to those 3 days, making
Okay.
something work of going out those 3 days. I think that limits sometimes real relationships from forming because, it's just scheduling. Once we're comfortable and they can meet my son, then you know,
Okay.
it's open.
It's
whenever,
Ulu Baloo
you know,
after.
but
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
get there first. So
Do you
Doesn't
feel
make it
like,
hard.
as a mother now that it's harder in a sense, but easier because now you know what you want?
ooh, that's true. That's so true. I feel like I won't
Entertain.
just play around,
No
entertained
bullshit. You're not-
as much
yeah.
as other people, because other people are just like bored. Like, why not? Oh, sure, I'll go out with this guy.
Right.
I have such limited
You
time.
can't do
I'm
that,
not going
right.
out with you if I don't like you.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
no,
Exactly.
I'm a waster.
Exactly.
That's true.
What do they have to do to meet Leo?
You have to approach things the right way, but then also, I just have to get a good sense from you, honestly. I have gone out with one person that I met on social media one time. All the other times it was in person, so I could get the vibe. The person I went out with it was Instagram DMs. I talked to him
Let's go
over
DMs.
Shout out to
FaceTime,
IG.
text, for a very long time. Like a year before.
Texting for a year.
Like in
Before the
FaceTiming
link
and
up.
talking before we ever hung out. Because I was like,
Wow.
I don't know you. Like, I feel weird about
Same
this,
city?
you know? No, not the
okay.
same city. Like 2 states apart. That's why I was like,
So you a fly me
You're
out kind
coming
of girl?
here.
Like how we?
just the one time. I mean,
Okay.
it ended up being like a year or 2 long relationship. So I feel like that ended up being
What is
cool,
that
but
like? Like
so much work.
because I'm like
So much
you
work.
have an
Sounds
idea
a
of what's
lot.
all you see is the face. So
You know,
you like from neck down, we don't know what's going on. So like you meet and it's like, what is that
Ooh,
like?
especially if they're a little bit of a catfish, then
Like,
they
what
could
is that
really be
like?
different.
Like, what
you know,
was
because
that
their
like?
Instagram might show their body, but it's not what their body looks like.
yeah.
Did that happen? Was that
It
like
didn't,
that?
but I don't have that much experience with it since it was just
Okay,
one person I went
okay.
out with. I've heard of that happening.
Yeah,
though.
like I'm like,
Of-
all you see is the FaceTime, the texts. You
Yeah.
know. So you link up, it's not what you think.
Yeah.
No. What if it's not what you think, but he stands on his money? That's a good
What does that
question,
even
though.
mean, bro?
Yeah, wait, what does stand on money mean?
Because
Like,
some people
he
are
bowed
like,
his paper.
he a two.
So his identity is he a 2, but his bank account is 50. Like,
Exactly. Like
so
what-
his identity is money.
The
but
scales
that-
again.
Exactly. So he a little Uzi Vert, but you know he can stand on his money. You know.
I knew that was a Lil Uzi Vert reference, by the way. He's like, stand on my
Stand
money,
up
I'm
my money.
6'6".
Yeah. Stand up my
That's
money. I'm
hilarious.
6'6". Shout out Uzi, man.
You know, it's still, that depends so much on personality, though.
Okay.
Because, like, at least I know that girls like personality more than guys do, but, like, you can be somewhat unattractive and a girl thinks you're attractive
Yeah.
because you're cool.
Oh, trust me, we know. We seen some friends and we like, what you doing? bro?
But I don't know that you could be, like, unattractive and boring and rich in a girl like you. No.
I find that
Well,
hard to
we've
believe
seen
because
that
I've
a
seen it.
lot.
But boring
though.
and ugly is like, you gotta be attractive or fun. Right? Like,
Bring
you gotta
something.
have one of the two.
But then the money
He's bringing
he could
shopping.
He could use the money to take you shopping.
What you want to do? Gucci?
My
that's
thing
LV,
with that is, I don't know how the girl could end up catching feelings there, and I feel like she would end up dogging that guy out.
It'd be just
I don't
gold
think you want to
digging.
be that guy. I don't think you want to just work so hard for a lot of money and not work on yourself physically
Like,
or
what, you don't bring nothing to the
internally
table but money.
because you're gonna get played. It's just like girls that like terrible people, but like they look good. They end up getting ran through a lot because it's like no one's like actually wants to be with the conniving person, you know? So, yeah, I don't know that like just financials is a good thing for people to stand on. At least have that personality.
Now that we talking
Be a
about
little bit
finances,
easygoing. Like,
now that we talking about financing, I'm gonna ask you this question: what's the biggest tip you ever got in the club? I had to.
the biggest tip I ever got in the club, I feel like it's not that big in comparison to other people. It has to be like around 1,000. But
That's not bad.
like,
Girl,
but
that's
nothing-
big.
That's good.
But
I
like,
thought she was
that's-
about to say
I thought she said
150.
200.
Not from a bar though. On the bar, I don't know.
Yeah, from like bottle service.
Bottle service, and then everywhere I've worked, I tip share. So it's like,
oh, so even the 1,000 you share with
yes,
everybody
but
else.
everyone else shares all
okay.
theirs also.
Got you.
You know.
Got you.
So, but really nothing huge, and we're all sharing it out. So I feel like I'm never
Sharing
like
is caring.
this tip.
But I'm
you
gonna
know?
be
I'm not
hot if
pocketing
I got a
cash ever.
table.
Yeah.
If I got a table, I got this band, and I gotta split it with you, and you was just kicking it. I'm gonna be hot.
You gotta tell him to give you cash.
Oh my gosh.
Even cash tips you have to share, right?
All of it. No, but that's the thing. That's the thing is like if we have one person that's, lazy or like they're just the,
Right.
the wheel that's squeaky, we're like, buy her, don't schedule her, get her out of here. She's
Y'all be
contributing
doing that?
nothing. She never gets tipped. Like, yeah.
Oh
Does
my
that really
God.
happen?
Oh, yeah. But honestly, I feel like most of the girls I work with are such strong, good servers because, I mean, we're all in it together. So we're
Right.
all trying so hard to get it. I feel like I have the best coworkers ever. So
What type of music do they play where you work?
right now I work at Lotus. It's a Latin club, actually.
How's that like?
I love it. And I never listened to Latin music before, but it's so Miami, lots of Bad Bunny being played. The clientele is great. Honestly, I like one of the best places I've ever worked with how nice and friendly everyone is. And just in good spirits a lot.
All this Lotus talk. I guess we gotta go to Lotus tonight.
Yes. I'll be there tonight. It's fun tonight.
Really?
Yeah. Fridays and Saturdays are actually both
Are
pretty
you
good
working
nights.
tonight or you're just going there?
I'll be working. Yeah, I'll be working. I work Fridays and Saturdays.
I've been hearing so much good stuff about
Maybe we should do
Lotus.
Lotus after work.
They're solid. A lot of places
Why?
are, shaky.
I
in
haven't been
Westport.
to Lotus in like
Lotus
a
is
year.
cool.
He's trying to get.
Oh, you've been before though.
Yes,
He
I remember
grabbed-
you saying that. I think
He got in
Yeah.
trouble when he went to Lotus because he grabbed a fake titty and talked about it on the podcast, and my mother watched the podcast.
He's like, is that what that
Oh,
is?
is that what you're
You
doing?
mean one of the inserts, like bra inserts?
No,
it was
a BB.
like,
I said BB.
What was it called?
Boob job. A boob job.
Yeah.
He grabbed the fake titty and he talked about it.
Oh, I thought you meant like a
No,
rubber.
no.
They took it out.
It was
Yeah.
a trans titty.
Yeah. And
So-
that night it
Oh
was
my
it was
God.
one
You're
of
like,
my homegirls'
touch it.
birthdays, and we did a party bus. We did a lot before we got there. We went to like 2 other bars before we
yeah,
got
you're
there.
like-
So we was like, God.
She
like,
said,
it
"Oh,
was-
titty."
So
like-
I
All
don't
right,
know
let's
what
see.
I'm doing.
He's
and
talking about.
My mama watched that episode. Woo, boy.
Oh no! Yeah,
I
I've
got
seen
you know when your mom is pissed.
Yo,
that. Yeah.
you know.
Did she call you?
Yeah.
Oh no!
No,
She
she
was
was in the-
visiting.
yeah.
So she was living with him,
She was on my place.
Oh,
and he came
no.
home jolly.
Oh no!
And she
That's
just like,
worse. We need to talk.
And it's like I always get home in good
Charlie.
spirits because like I'm always bumping my tunes and all
Oh
that.
no!
And I go home, like get in the garage, walk in, and then she's just like sitting there,
Just there.
Just like I feel a vibe. I feel a vibe.
oh
Like,
man, he sent me a text, and I felt the vibe from wherever I was at.
You feel the vibe.
Oh,
Text
you
message,
feel it.
You're like,
You feel it.
You
Look
feel
how
the
mama pissed.
vibe.
I don't know how they
your
do
mama
it.
Pissed.
It's like your mama can whoop you, but like when she pissed, you
hurt.
feel it.
It hurt.
Yes.
I don't know how they do
It
it.
hurt.
It's like a little bit of stonewalling on
I
that.
don't know how they do it. I couldn't function.
Draw their affection like, yeah.
I don't know.
It's like once I knew she watched it, I was trying to figure out what episode.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what did you see? What did you
Yeah.
see that you didn't like? Did you have to figure out?
And then,
even was.
she got more pissed as the time went by because I was just chilling.
Yeah,
were
I
in
bet
the
she was
same
mad that you didn't
space.
care.
Yeah.
That's more of it. Like, oh, you
And she
didn't
had
care.
no choice but to start
Yeah.
asking me questions. I'm like, I know what she watched.
Yeah.
She's just like, so you guys, when you say you're going to the studio, what do you do? I'm like, okay, she watched the podcast. What do you talk about? You know, where'd you guys go when you go out? Oh, she watched that episode, you know? So like you've been with your mama most of your life, so you know how she is.
I'm so glad I wasn't in that space at that
You're like,
moment.
whew.
And then she kept
boy.
asking the questions, and then she went off.
Did she? And she told you
Yeah.
everything she knew? Yeah.
She told me everything she knew, and then
Shoot,
she was
that's how I
like,
am.
she was being honest with me about her opinion about
Yeah.
what she saw and what
Right.
she heard. And I was like, damn, like
Yeah.
that hurt.
I know my cousin Michael, talking about Chloe, he's probably gonna watch this episode and he's probably shaking his head as he's listening to this like,
I bet he's like, this is
Auntie Audra
not-
watched that?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. He was telling
She
me
don't
everything.
play.
Oh, she don't play.
She don't play.
Oh,
takes me
trust
back-
me, I feel
She
that.
don't play.
It takes me back to church. I don't know if I should say this story.
What story?
I'm not gonna say.
You already started it, bro.
Yeah, you have to say it now.
You have
sorry.
to say it now.
So like, cause we was younger, and then cause we knew a lot, and we had a lot of wisdom at a younger age. It was kind of like we connected more with like old,
Talk about Ivy.
Why you gonna say her? Come on.
Cause she not gonna see this episode, bro. I don't know where she
But
at.
yeah, so that situation happened. She was at least 5.
Oh, wait, Cougar Vibes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was Cougar Vibe. But she was
Okay.
young. I mean, she was in her 20s though. We
Yeah,
were
not that
teens,
much
so
older,
not that
but-
much
We were-
Cougar,
yeah,
but
we
like,
was
I'd
like-
say for that age, Cougar
When
vibes.
yes, exactly. When you're
Yeah,
younger, a
yeah.
small gap seems
Yeah,
big.
Yeah. And that,
I don't even think it was small. It was like 9, 8
it was
years.
9-8 years.
Okay, that's not that
yeah,
small.
yeah,
That's
small.
not that small.
It was crazy. though.
Oh yeah. Ooh, mama.
Okay, so was she like motherly towards you? Or like kind of demanding? Or did
She
you
is
guys work
very
the
motherly
bands, like,
and tough.
No, she's talking
Yeah.
about Ivy. You talking about
Oh,
the girl.
Ivy, the girl?
yeah, sorry, I was talking about the girl.
Oh,
I just
no.
mean like in that situation, like is the girl kind of like motherly
It
towards the
was-
younger
It wasn't
guy?
even motherly because my mom plays her role well.
Uh-huh.
So it wasn't. It was
Yeah.
never.
No one could
that.
mother you.
No one could mother
Like,
me like
my-
how my
our
mama.
mama,
I could be
like-
this
Right,
age, call
of
my mama
course.
and
Of
cry,
course.
and then she gonna be like, "Oh, it's okay,
Yeah.
baby." You know what I mean? So it was never that.
No
it was
girl
just.
could mama
It was
us.
just
Yeah.
we about to go back to school and tell everybody that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I
Okay, it
mean?
wasn't even like to that point. You're like, she's interested.
Yeah,
But
like,
then mama found out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's what the story is.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Did she
Why?
confront the girl?
Yes.
I would have too, because that's creepy.
But at that age, we don't think it's
At that
creepy.
age, we're hyped
No,
up. Like,
it's
you know.
cool. It's cool
But she,
at that age.
and do you know where she confronted the girl? In church, in front of people.
Oh, wow.
Mama don't play. She don't play.
When I say my mama don't play, she don't play.
She don't play.
Oh, I mean, I honestly,
Hey.
I would do the same thing because, like, excuse me,
That drive
my
home.
child alone. They are a child.
That drive
Yeah.
home.
That
was
drive home.
Worst drive ever. Worst drive ever.
I wish AirPods existed at the time because I would just have my AirPods
Oh
on
my
and
gosh.
turn it all the way up. Oh, that drive home. Ha, ha, ha.
You just kept going. Yeah.
I just
bet she
couldn't
was-
wait for us to get home so I could just disappear from the
It's the lifestyle though. Like you're always like put on this high pedestal. You don't want anyone your age at that time. You know?
yeah. The
I
lifestyle kinda
definitely
got to us.
agree. Like,
Yeah.
He had a hit song. That's the thing.
oh,
So we were
you
like-
did? I didn't know that.
So he was in the
on
public
that.
side.
Oh, so you're definitely and it's definitely cool to have a older girlfriend at that point.
But only it was kind of like a if you know type of situation.
Yeah,
Yes.
it wasn't like out there.
It wasn't out
Okay,
there.
not like girlfriend. Yeah, I
You
get
know what I
you
mean?
Like, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you're not walking around
So
with
you have a
her.
hit
Yeah.
song, the song goes viral, everybody's singing your song. Now you got this chick or whatever. Mm-hmm. Your mama don't know nothing because your mama busy with church and home, church, home. She got to make money. She got to get you in school. You know, she busy. She don't care about. So she don't watch news so she don't know you popping off. But people know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
was on TV a lot of
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
Right.
Multiple
right.
times.
So like
But
everyone
she
else
don't
knows.
watch TV. So it was kind of like we knew she wasn't going to know until I think the girl came to visit. That's where the mess up happened.
Yeah.
She came to visit.
Did
and,
she?
And boys was brushing their teeth. So, and then the house help who used to help like keep the house in order was like, why are you brushing your teeth at this time?
What's going on?
What's going on? So she didn't say nothing, but went to go peep outside.
Oh, but she's looking.
And then she seen,
She's
oh
smart.
boy, out there getting busy. And she was like, oh no. Oh no. And then she snitched and that was it.
Yeah,
was
it's
it.
over then.
That was it.
Which was, my mom
She's
was,
smart.
she had every right to do that though, because that is creepy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
at that
As a
age,
parent,
yeah.
Yeah.
You
That
think back on
age.
it, you're like, damn, I was young.
I was young,
and
yeah.
yeah, that's your little baby. Like even if
Would
you feel
say
like you're so old,
molest,
your parents
bro?
don't feel like that.
Low key. Low key.
I don't know about molest, but
Because I
You're
mean,
like, wait a second.
no, molest is a big
It
word,
might be
but
it
it
slight
might be.
statutory though. I don't know. How old are you?
He's 23 now. So she's probably in her 30s or 40s.
Okay, but how old were you then?
15, 14.
maybe.
That's some statutory vibes.
So you wasn't even 16 yet.
Yeah, that is.
You
It
ain't- you
is
ain't
then,
even like-
technically,
I remember it being bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like, what? Now that I look back, I'm like,
Damn, that's crazy.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
But back then,
so cool.
You don't have anything to offer her, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're not
you live with your
putting it all
parents,
like that.
you
Yeah.
don't know, so you don't know
Like-
what she sees. Maybe the hit song, I don't know.
I think it's more about like a
A fetish or
status
something.
thing or
Status, probably. I don't know.
I don't know, but it was cool. I know there would be rumors about like boys in Lee Summit who would like hook
Be
up
with older
teachers
women.
or like younger.
Oh, it
like
was
the
happening.
younger
I'll tell you
teachers and
that.
stuff. I'm like,
That was a real thing.
Oh, it was happening for
suppose
sure.
I don't know. But
In
I'm
our
like,
school, there
but
was
it was
stories.
so cool to
Stories. And
I'm
I knew
like-
it was true
Stories
because,
in our school.
yes, I probably just haven't told you. I'll tell you. But because some of them
I
gonna
didn't hear
watch
about that
this, so
one.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you off
I mean,
camera
I
because
did
they
know.
gonna see
I
that.
did know this teacher who was giving those vibes. You know,
everyone says that. It's like one girl
Oh, you know.
teacher that like she's so nice to the boys.
Oh no, you know, as a
Weird,
boy, as
yeah.
a boy at that age, trust me, you know.
What's the psychology behind that? Like,
I
why
don't
are
know.
the teachers like interested?
It's just like
I need to know.
I think maybe the
don't know.
dominancy vibes. You know, maybe
And no,
they-
even
they
as a young
they
man,
little dominatrix.
you're going in even thinking you're dominant. You're not thinking she's about to dominate
Yeah.
you.
Right.
It sounds gross to say.
The
but
teacher
like,
probably wants to dominate. They like that superiority.
I'm your teacher.
All that.
But as a
gonna
dude,
teach
you
you.
like, that's my yeah.
Yeah, as a boy, exactly.
No, the
Yeah.
teacher that I knew, she wasn't cute, so nobody was really going for that.
She would have, but no one wanted.
Yeah, but
Nobody wanted
But
that.
you could tell
Yeah.
she wanted it, but like,
Yeah, but
no
everyone was
one
like,
wanted
no,
that.
Nah,
Yeah,
you ain't got it. You ain't got it.
Like,
I remember
you
the
don't
one,
like
the
that.
one Moko liked.
Oh yeah,
What was
yeah.
her? I'm not gonna name.
It
drop.
was
We
two
said
of
we
them.
not
It was
name
two of
dropping,
them.
but
It was two of them. Those ones were, but you could tell they would have probably like fucked with him back then though. Like, you know,
maybe. I
But
don't know. I don't want to think. Maybe he
anyways.
did it. He never told us. Moko, if you did, Snapchat me, bro. I need to know this story. But yeah, I
That's the
mean,
truth.
middle school. No, not even. That was high school. High school, I guess. I'm sure when you hit a certain age, you felt like you were mature enough.
Oh my gosh, I feel like at 15, 16, I felt like I knew it all.
Yeah, you know.
I really did. I
But
feel
when our
like
parents say
teens
we
do.
don't know it all, we really.
No,
don't
looking
know.
back,
you
it's
really
like,
think you do. but
what
you
did I
don't.
know? Yeah.
Do you feel like your son now would like when he gets to that age? Are you prepared? How are you gonna handle that? Because you knew what you like.
Yes. Yeah, gosh. I feel like teenage years is going to be the hardest because I feel like as a mother, it all comes so naturally when they're younger, like the nurturing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, once they start to kind of challenge you when they get older and develop their own beliefs that could be different from yours, that's a hard thing to handle. So I think I'm prepared, but I think it's also one of those things you don't know until you cross that bridge.
yeah,
You have
yeah,
no
yeah.
idea. And all kids are so different from each other too.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah, you never know.
That must be are you looking forward to that?
I am.
You are?
I'm really excited, but I'm also a little bit nervous for sure. Yeah. Older kids. Because that's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
make or break, I feel
Right,
like. with older kids.
Because the teenage years are like the hardest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for
that's
real.
where you have to really put your foot down.
And they can
Yeah.
make decisions that could change their life forever.
Forever. Right.
You know,
right,
that's the age where they
right.
can. So a lot more's on the line at that point.
Wow. That's
you,
insane.
because I know where they live and where they are affects, how they grow up.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
You
The
gonna
kids
move?
that they're around. You know what? Actually, I have him in Lee Summit for a reason.
What is it about Lee Summit, Madison?
I like the burbs out there
Okay,
for him.
okay.
They're really big on sports, little league, for everything. And I think that keeps kids out of trouble a lot. Like a lot of kids I know, I hate to say burnout kids, but the kids that are like skipping school and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
they're never in sports, it seems like. It seems
Like,
like
they're
they're
just
just like
free. They have too
can
much free
drink
time.
all day,
You
they
got
can
time
smoke
on their
weed all
hands.
day, yes. But then, the kids that are like really involved and really love
Right,
their little
right.
sports or hobbies, it could be music, I don't care what
Right,
it is.
right.
But the extracurriculars, I feel like the school districts where that's cool to be
Right.
a part of, it does keep those kids out of
What
trouble
sport?
somewhat.
What sport is he playing?
He plays football and baseball right now.
Okay, okay.
He could change,
He could change. What do you want him to
little
play?
league. Oh, I don't know. I feel like maybe not football because of CTE.
About to get hit. She like, don't hit my
CTE.
baby.
I'm like, what if he's like crazy when he's older? He has brain damage. Like, I don't want that.
You sound like my mother, because that's the same thing she said. She said, when you go to America, the game they play with the egg, don't play.
The egg. That's
She said,
hilarious.
Don't play. Like, she was
Yeah.
like, don't play that game. Stick to your basketball. I like that.
No,
That's okay.
seriously.
She said stick to your basketball, and then she came to one of my basketball games, and she almost lost it, because she was like, you're moving
They're
too
aggressive.
fast.
Oh.
Like, you guys.
Keep
Like,
on.
oh, my son. I'm like, bro, I've been doing this for all these years. Just don't do that now. You know?
That's funny.
But yeah, that's mother for you. That's mothers, man. But you guys are doing your thing. Shout out to all mothers, man. Shout out to all mothers out there raising sons and daughters. You guys are doing your thing. Do you feel like the educational system is going to be an issue?
It's a good question. I hope not. But I think if it ever were, I do like what your parents did, honestly, and just
Yeah.
be like, all right, let's try here. Or,
Yeah, like move around.
Yeah, I feel like whatever feels right. If it doesn't seem like it's a good group or whatever.
Yeah. You just switch them.
In Kansas City, which I guess you guys don't even really live in Kansas City, are the schools still unaccredited?
I don't know much about the Kansas City educational system.
I don't
but
know too much.
Yeah.
I know that they weren't when I was in high school.
Oh,
They lost
okay.
their accreditation, which is
Oh.
huge for students going there and can't really go to college now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Got
so
you.
fucked up. So
I think
Wow.
some schools are because you find a lot of people.
definitely around the way. Yeah.
Like acting up or I
No,
don't
you
know.
find a
school
lot of people
system
going
was
to
just
college
bad.
from Kansas City and stuff like that.
So
I
you're
think
saying you think that they are now accredited?
Some schools are accredited.
I hope. There
Yeah.
definitely are
yeah.
around. But I know a lot of kids were moving to Lee Summit when I was in high school because their parents were like, yeah, you're going to need accreditation. We want you to at least have the option to go to college.
Right.
What's
right.
the name? What's the name? Because they had like Mill Valley and they had the other school.
Oh,
I think that's like Overland Park stuff.
Blue Valley.
Yeah, Blue Valley.
That's a
and Mill
really
Valley,
good.
right?
That's kind of like a bullying
Bougie.
school,
That's like a
though.
bougie school,
That's
huh?
a bullying school.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're like, Leo ain't going to no blue.
I mean, I think he could go there.
yeah.
You think he gonna be on top?
I don't know. I mean, right now he's
I mean,
missing
he
like two
out here-
teeth. He's had two teeth knocked
Chilling.
out. He's a little crazy.
He young.
He's a little crazy right now, yeah.
He chilling.
he gonna be on.
He gonna be okay.
He's
He
a
gonna
kid
be
that
okay.
looks like he
with the
bites right
daddy.
now.
He hanging with all
Yeah.
his mama's friends. I think he'll be just fine. Trust me, he'll be just fine. The kid with the mama and then her friend, he's gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
He gonna be just fine.
That's
But
good. That's a good confidence
yeah,
booster for
yeah,
him.
yeah, for sure.
The fact that
for
he
sure.
gets to hang out with y'all.
That's
and all
so
that,
true.
You know.
Do
Like
you
a little
fear that's
suave.
gonna make him feminine? I want to ask you.
You
that.
know what? I've thought about this before. There are plenty of guys that I know that, they just grew up with just their mom, and they are a lot more in touch with their feminine side.
Yeah, so they're really feminine. It's not that they're like gay or anything. They're just feminine.
And people might assume that they
Yes.
are.
Mhm.
They might cross
Cross
their
their
legs when they
legs,
say
yeah,
it, stuff
yeah.
like that. But it's because they were with their
Mom's
a
longer
lot.
periods, yeah.
There's a real psychology.
It's not
behind
an
that.
issue. It's just
No,
that's just their
it's not.
just how they are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It has nothing
Yeah.
to do with their sexuality.
Right.
But yeah, I do know people like that. And I don't know, because I will say he's with his dad, and his dad's
Okay.
side of the family a lot.
Okay.
So we
he
do
gets
have a
best of
joint
both
custody
worlds.
thing going on. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not like really fully a single like
Mother.
one parent.
You wouldn't call
household.
yourself that.
Yeah, it's weird because
Okay.
sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm a single mom, but then
But
I'm like,
then the dad is in the life.
well,
balance.
I'm a mom who is single. I'm not just a single parent.
Got you.
Yeah.
Right. That's good. That's good for him.
Good co-parent.
It is
Yeah,
good
yeah,
for
yeah.
him. Yeah.
That's good, yeah.
I'd hate to rob, your
Right.
child of one
Leo
parent.
Leo having best of both worlds at this point. He go to his daddy, hear all the gossip. He go to his mama, hear all the gossip. He like, I'm going with daddy.
Oh my gosh, he's spoiled. I feel like the situation that we have going on it's like divorced parents who have one child
Yeah.
that are both trying to like
Make it work.
outdo it.
Yeah.
Outdo things. Like he got
Buy
a phone
him
when
Jordans.
he was 6. His dad bought him a phone when he was 6, which so they can FaceTime and stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm like, what 6-year-old has a working
Phone, iPhone,
cell
like,
phone?
yeah,
iPhone.
yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Not an iPhone at 6.
Because he could go on the internet.
Crazy.
He could go on the internet.
Oh no, he has restrictions because I'm
Okay,
afraid
okay.
about that.
Right.
I'm very afraid
Oh,
about
so
that.
you got your stuff on his phone, your Apple ID and all that?
No, so we made him his own, but we just put like strict
The hella
restrictions
stuff.
on
Yeah.
it.
Because
Like,
I think I look back on the times where I got access to that Chinese phone and I saw what I saw.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I feel like our parents didn't know.
They didn't know. It was new. It was new tech.
I don't even know if they
It was
had
new
restrictions back then.
They
Actually,
didn't.
I don't think they did. Because
No,
my
I don't think
parents
they
didn't
did.
restrict
No.
stuff either, and I was
Because it was
web
new
surfing.
tech and I was
Yeah.
going in.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Nowadays,
now
we know. Our
We
generation
know.
is hip
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no.
You're not
this
getting
age.
I
access
think
to
it's going to
this.
start from like here.
It
Yeah.
can start from here,
I
but we
agree.
got to remember that they go to school. When they go to school, they meet different people.
True.
They meet different kids whose parents allow them to do whatever, so they can get
Yeah.
influence, bring it back home. You know what I mean?
A lot of it is they have older
It's kind
siblings.
of
too.
scary.
When kids have older siblings, the older siblings teach the
I ain't
youngest
even
all
go.
the
I
bad
ain't even
stuff.
go cap.
yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
You know, we come back and be like, boy,
I know this word and this word and this word,
Uh-huh.
and I know what it means.
right?
Like, oh my
You
gosh.
can do this. This gonna lead to this.
That's how it go.
Trust me, yeah. Because we one time, mom and dad, if you watch this episode, we love you, but I'm gonna tell this story anyway. So we were at home. Everybody was asleep. My brother and I put my dad's car in reverse. It was an automatic car. We put the car in reverse. We never started it because we knew if we started, it would make
just
noise. Just to
yeah.
get it out the driveway.
Yeah.
He opens the gate quiet. He like, meow. And then he pushes me
Dude,
out.
first you're going to have to lock the dog.
Yes, because
Before
the
he make
dog
too much
he's gonna
noise.
bark.
Oh yeah, alert.
Cause he's like, oh, somebody driving.
It's smart for parents to have a dog for that
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
My parents never had
Oh
dogs.
yeah, but we knew how to
could
shut
sneak
the
out.
dog up. That's the thing. It
How
was
did you?
our-
Did you give him
You gotta
treats or just?
It was
close
our
the
dog.
cage, You got to give him some food.
You know,
He gonna be
like,
eating,
rub
you
him,
know.
make him
He
feel
gonna be He
good.
gonna be
That's
chilling.
hilarious. So you're in there with the dog before
we
you
prepped
leave.
the dog.
Yeah,
We were like,
It's
you
time.
shush. You don't tell mommy and
You're so
daddy.
sleepy.
I give you a treat when I get back. Cool. The dog know what's up. So the dog watching like,
Okay.
yes, sir, Matt. Yep. So we push it out and silent. We get to the road and then I start the engine. So I text him. I'm like, Charlie, make sure they don't wake up, bro. Because if they wake up, we're screwed.
Yeah, so much trouble. A
know.
vehicle taking.
I know.
That's raps. Like,
We go
that's
spin the
raps.
block.
Yeah.
We go spin the block just so we could like get our videos in and post on the internet for our boys to say.
That's hilarious. You're like,
Man, clout chasing was a drug back
It was
then.
a drug.
Because we were competing with people in our peers, and man, it was something else.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know what it was.
That age.
but-
Gotta
You get
flex
to a
everything.
point you're
Man.
even competing with guys who were like way ahead of you.
oh,
You know?
Yeah,
Because then girls will prefer guys
Older.
older.
The girls in your
Yeah.
grade prefer guys older.
Everyone does it that age.
So
it's
you
so
competing
cool at
against
that age,
those
dude.
guys.
Yeah.
That's who you
So
competing
you're
against.
competing against those guys who are already
Apples
driving.
to oranges. That's so like that's not
It
an
does
equal.
not link.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just the generation that we
Just
was
it.
in. But
yeah.
Shout out to those times, man. Memories.
It builds
I
you up.
guess.
It gives you
Builds up,
character.
but- Man, Madison, I know we've hit our almost 2-hour mark. It's been so fun.
Yeah,
like,
it flew by.
I know
That's
it
funny.
went by. We were just having a conversation. You guys know what it is on the CruiseLine Podcast, man. And I really appreciate everybody who's been tuning in. You know, we're gonna keep bringing all the wonderful guests, and it's been fun.
We hope to see you here on season 4.
Yes.
I'd love to
And
come
the
back.
reunion. The reunion is gonna be coming up soon, y'all.
Yeah.
So stay
Yes.
tuned for that. Yeah. But Madison, is there any last words you want to tell the cruisers before we log off?
I guess not. It was good chatting around you guys.
Yeah, thank you. We're so grateful
Yes,
that
I
you
would.
came on. You know, I gotta check out Lotus now because this is Lotus request number 4.
Yeah.
So we will
Might
check
have
out
to go
Lotus.
there.
Okay, yay.
tonight.
Okay, yay.
We'll do it.
All right, I'll plug you guys in good. You should.
We'll do it. But do you want to tell the people a little bit about your business for potential customers that might be
Oh,
watching?
of course. So the business that I own is On the Glow KC. Look me up on Instagram and give me a follow. I follow back. And yeah, I do mobile and custom spray tans. I do them in studio or, mobile, like I said. And yeah, I'd love to talk with you about it and check me out.
Yeah, that's Madison for you guys. And it's been a successful Friday afternoon. It's hot outside and
Gotta keep the vibes going.
we're going to keep the vibes going. But on the CruiseLine Podcast, we make the sound of the boat before we leave off set. So the sound of the boat makes the paw sound.
Okay.
So on 3, you're going
You
to
gotta tell
pull.
her why.
We are 2 brothers from Ghana, West Africa, who moved 2,000 miles away
Yeah.
here. So we are literally on the big cruise line ship coming to
Love
America.
it. Love it.
So that's the
Great
whole
ending.
vibe, So on
Ties
3,
in.
we're going to make the sound of the boat. We're all going to pull the lever or liver, whatever it's called. And then we're going to make the sound of the boat. Let's get it.
Heck yeah.
3, 2, 1. Paw. Yes, sir.
Yay.
That was a great.